Today our topic is the power of resilience stories of comebacks. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and what defines us is not how many times we fall, but how many times we get back up. Resilience is the ability to face challenges, recover from setbacks, and keep moving forward. It is the strength to turn pain into power, failure into lessons, and obstacles into opportunities. Throughout history, there have been countless stories of people who faced incredible difficulties, but refused to give up. Their stories remind us that no matter how tough life gets, we have the power to rise again. Let me share some of these stories and the lessons they teach us. One of the most inspiring examples of resilience is the story of Thomas Edison. You probably know him as the inventor of the light bulb, but what you might not know is how many times he failed before he succeeded. Edison tried over 1,000 different materials to create a working light bulb. Each time he failed, he didn't see it as a defeat. Instead, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine failing 1,000 times and still having the courage to keep going. Edison's story teaches us that failure is not the end. It's just a step on the path to success. Resilience means seeing failure as feedback and using it to grow stronger. Another powerful story is that of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became one of the most successful writers in the world, Rowling faced many challenges. She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. She wrote the first Harry Potter book in cafes while her baby slept beside her. Publishers rejected her manuscript multiple times, but she didn't give up. She believed in her story and kept pushing forward. Today, her books have sold millions of copies and inspired a generation of readers. Rowling's journey shows us that even in our darkest moments, we can find the strength to keep going. Resilience is about holding onto hope, even when everything seems hopeless. Let's also talk about Nelson Mandela, a man who spent 27 years in prison for fighting against apartheid in South Africa. While in prison, Mandela faced unimaginable hardships, but he never lost sight of his goal: to create a world where everyone is treated equally. When he was finally released, he didn't seek revenge. Instead, he worked to bring peace and unity to his country. Mandela's story teaches us that resilience is not just about enduring suffering. It's about using that suffering to create something meaningful. It's about turning pain into purpose and using our experiences to make the world a better place. Closer to home, think about the people in your own life who have shown resilience. Maybe it's a parent who worked long hours to provide for their family, a friend who battled illness and came out stronger, or a teacher who never gave up on their students. These everyday heroes remind us that resilience is not just for famous people or extraordinary situations. It's something we all have inside us, waiting to be called upon when life gets tough. So, how can we build resilience in our own lives? The first step is to accept that challenges are a normal part of life. No one gets through life without facing difficulties. The key is to see these challenges as opportunities to grow. When something goes wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on what you've lost, focus on what you can gain. Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It's about learning how to move through it. Another important aspect of resilience is having a strong support system. No one can do everything alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and encourage you to keep going. When you're feeling down, reach out to a friend or family member. Sometimes just talking about your struggles can make them feel less overwhelming. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Resilience doesn't mean being strong all the time. It means knowing when to lean on others. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers valuable lessons on resilience. The Stoics believe that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. They taught that by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't, we can find inner peace. For example, If you lose your job, you can't change the fact that it happened, but you can control how you react. You can choose to see it as an opportunity to find a new path or learn new skills. Stoicism reminds us that resilience is not about avoiding problems. It's about changing our perspective and finding strength in adversity. Another way to build resilience is to take care of physical and mental health. When your body is strong, your mind is strong too. Exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep. These simple habits can give you the energy you need to face challenges. Also, practice mindfulness or meditation to calm your mind and reduce stress. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a few deep breaths and remind yourself that you have the strength to get through this. Finally, resilience is about having a positive attitude. This doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on the good, even when things are bad. For example, if you're going through a tough time, try to find small moments of joy. Maybe it's a sunny day, a kind word from a friend, or a favorite song on the radio. These little things can remind you that life is still beautiful, even in the midst of hardship. In conclusion, resilience is a powerful force that lives within each of us. It's the ability to face life's challenges with courage, learn from our mistakes, and keep moving forward. The stories of Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, Nelson Mandela, and countless others remind us that no matter how difficult life gets, we have the power to rise again. Building resilience takes practice, but it's worth it. By accepting challenges, leaning on others, taking care of ourselves, and maintaining a positive attitude, we can become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Remember, life is not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. So, the next time you face a challenge, take a deep breath, remind yourself of your strength, and keep going. You've got this.